guys, Courtney Mermaid here, and welcome to another Mermaid Workshop video. Today I'm going to be working on Echo's new mermaid tail, that purple tail you just saw, using the Luna monofin. So before I get started on today's video, I want to take a sec to let you guys know I've decided to do a special sale in my store to celebrate the holiday season. The code is Fishmas and you can redeem it at shopvancouvermermaid.com, and the sale ends December 25th. Now on to today's video. Alright, so I'm getting started here. This is going to be just sort of me narrating what it is I'm kind of doing. In the future, I hope that you guys will have questions for me that I can answer while I am working away. To start off, you see I just cut my tail that I have here in half. I get these printed. Okay, so I know that's going to be a question like, oh Courtney, where'd you get the fabric? So the fabric is actually of my own design. I need to just restart the thing. There we go. It is of my own design. I make this in Photoshop. Sort of, essentially it's like what I do when I paint by hand, except for it's done digitally. And then I have a company that prints it onto fabric for me. The fabric is the same fabric that I've always used for my mermaid tails, but we've discovered that it actually works really well to be printed on. So pretty pumped about that. You can see that I am ironing it. So no, this is not neoprene. This is a spandex polyester blend made to feel like neoprene. So you can iron it on a lower setting. You know, I'm careful not to stay in the same place too long. It was folded, the fabric, so I had to make sure I got out some of the little scrunchy bits there, you know, so everything lies nice and flat on my table. I never iron on the colored, like the printed side. I iron on the inside, the white side. Yeah, so here you can see I'm just pinning the fabric into place so that things don't move around. I tried to be very careful about how I lined it up. This is a sort of a tricky part of it, you know. A lot of guessing and testing. I'm hoping as I do these, I perfect the technique a little bit more. It would be nice if I was able to have these somehow, you know, some kind of a guide or something on the back of the fabric, because I can't really put lines, you know, short of that one center line. Excuse me. On the fabric itself, it's a bit of a tricky kind of a thing. So this is all innovation, right? These are the first I've made. This is going to be the third. Is this my third tail that I've made like this? Yeah, this will be my third tail that I've made like this. So, so it's pretty exciting. I do have 2 other tails for my 2 other sponsored mermaids. So for those of you who are wondering, all the information for all of this is up on shopvancouvermermaid.com. If you're curious who/what my sponsored mermaids are, I am waiting to get their actual info up there until I've completed their tails so I can take proper photos and stuff. So that's happening. Yeah, so the monofin you see there is the Finis Luna, and I do have a discount code for the Finis website. If you guys wanted to check that out, it is all lowercase, all one word, Mermaid Courtney. That'll give you 20% off your purchase, which is helpful, and will take care of just a little bit, maybe the taxes or a little bit of the shipping. And on that note, right, I mean, Finis now ships to Canada, which is incredible. I was so excited to me when they reached out and we were first kind of talking. I was like, oh, you guys know I live in Canada, right? You guys know I can't come and get a monofin. And they're like, oh, don't worry about it. We've got this covered. It's happening. You're shipping to Canada is a thing now. And I was so freaking excited. I can't even express how pumped I was. I was too excited. So for this one, you can see I'm going straight from pinning to sewing, because I don't have obviously a girl here to try it on. When I do these for myself, I do one more test run beforehand to make sure my sizing is right. But I had the girls here to trace them out, which was pretty good. The way to do this when you don't have somebody to trace out is different. You'll see when I do Nerd Maid Faith, when I do her tail, you'll see, because I didn't have her here to to do her outlines, so she gave me her measurements, and I'm actually going to have to make a paper kind of dummy of her to use, so that'll be interesting. But I haven't got her monofin back yet, so I'm going to have to wait before I can work on them, and because I don't actually have my own mahina to use. You can watch me. My machine was giving me such a hard time. Pardon all the coughing. Still have a little bit of my cough from before. But yeah, my machine was giving me such grief, and what ended up happening actually was my sewing needle was loose, and I didn't, of all the things I checked, I didn't check that, and my freaking sewing needle was loose, and actually comes out at one point when I'm sewing. Not here, it's later on. It goes too fast that you can't see it, but yeah, the darn thing comes right out of the machine, and I was like, how did I not? So you know what, guys? If your machine is ever acting weird and you've checked everything else that it could possibly be, check to see if your sewing needle is tightened in there, because I was like, oh my Atlanta, I am gonna throw this darn thing out the freaking window. I think I actually edited out the part where I'm like screaming at it, because I was actually screaming at my sewing machine at one point. I was so mad. Oh, but such is the life of a mermaid who makes mermaid tails. So yeah, I was like, this is not happening. So a lot of this video is just going to be me sewing and singing, apparently. Yeah, I'm getting angry, and I was angry and singing, and so I've got lots of really good expressions going on. But yeah, so this is elapsed. This is about, I guess, 10 minutes of footage. All total, I think it took me probably 2.5 hours, 3 hours to get through all of this. So if you see me making faces at my camera, it's because either the battery was about to die, or I was hitting the 24-minute mark, and I was like, okay, is it gonna shut off? Because my camera shuts off after 24 minutes. It'll stop recording for... there's got to be a way to turn that off. I don't know. But anyway, so that's a thing. So yeah, the weird faces. But yeah, about 2.5-ish hours, I think it was, total of the footage that I got. That doesn't include the fact that my camera did actually shut off and I didn't hear it shut off, so there was a little bit of footage that isn't around just because I didn't see it, and I don't know for how long it actually turned off, so keep an eye on your camera, Courtney, come on. So here I'm just checking the seams to make sure that things were lining up and whatnot, so yeah, I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I actually, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to keep it. Like, Echo and I have pretty similar measurements. I'm a bit taller, I think, than she is, but there's enough in the waistband I could always make this fit me. I'm kidding. Echo, if you're hearing this, I'm totally kidding. It's your baby, I know. I'm not gonna steal your tail, but I do freaking love it. The whole point of these, like, super custom tails was that, they would be kind of one of a kind, you know. We were joking like, oh, you can print off another one. Yes, I would print off another one definitely at a discounted price for Echo if she ever needed another tail or she wanted another one of the same print. That's kind of the point, right, is that, you know, if you have a tail that you like, it's easier for me to make a second one of it without having to go through the whole design process a second time. So that was part of the beauty of it. But I wouldn't actually, like, I keep these on file, I keep them backed up on my hard drive, my secondary hard drive, but I wouldn't ever print this off and sell it to somebody else without permission from the original, because it was her idea. So what it is, like, I'm taking your guys' designs that you want your tail to have, and then turning it into a mermaid tail. So that was kind of the point. Like, I know that FinFun's doing something similar, like where you design your own tail kind of a thing now, but I wanted to still have an artistic say in it, especially just because I do get a lot of comments, people like, oh, I want one of your tails, or I like your tail, or I want your tail, or whatever. I'm so flattered, by the way, guys. That's really very sweet of you to say such nice things about my work. But I wanted to make it so that you guys had maybe a bit more affordable than a full-on silicone tail, and, you know, plus with silicone, and of course I will eventually do my whole big spiel on this. I think I'm actually coming to the end of the video, but, but I really like the idea of being able to back up your mermaid tail, and then the only thing that I would have to do a second time is the sewing. So here I'm just wrapping things up, I'm putting things in, testing it out, making sure everything's fitting nicely. I think this turned out really well. I'm just cutting in the extra little bits of scales and whatnot. And there it is! Excellent! I hope she likes it. So if you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching, and look forward to more of these. Forward to more of these, because I've got a couple more that I'm working on. Alright guys, thanks again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Alright, bye!